Claudio Lucchese, President Chairman of Florim. The floor is yours.
Insieme dei più piccoli.
Well, nothing is born by chance. Only the union of small elements can make up big systems to become immortal, to be timeless, to build as much as possible. Our research has the goal of discovering what has always been an inspiration for us, what bound us to nature. Only now, with our knowledge, our history, we put together whatever we have and we start creating within our houses when we work every day within ourselves in order to create a new beauty. Florim. Design is our passion. You have been working with architects, right? Yes, for sure. Both Italian and foreign architects. Yes. Are there any differences in your point of view, or maybe regardless of their origin, there are good and bad architects? So in terms of approach, do we have other approaches compared to other countries? Well, it's not easy to answer this question. Let's say our relationship with architects aims at getting into the design phase. Well, airports, schools, hospitals. We do not interact with the architect unless we are supposed to help them in choosing materials, the right materials. Also, when it comes to creating specific projects such as swimming pools, well, architects are not always specialized in swimming pools. So sometimes they are a little bit proner to get some information on that. Well, let's go back to Florim. So this logo, what does it mean? What does it stand for? Since you have gone through very demanding path, where and how did you get there? And how did you choose that? B Corp, just to sum it up, is an international certification from America. And in a nutshell, it measures the capacity of companies, sustainability of companies. It is kind of a benchmark. Well, every company can have a specific level of sustainability. B-Lab is the certification body. Well, if you want to be certified, you need to get at least at 80 or to 80 points. Well, Florim was certified last year, at the end of last year. Well, this certification is very strict and demanding. And it also involves different functions within the company and different departments. So when we succeeded in obtaining this certification, this was really rewarding for all the people who could contribute to obtaining it. Well, I also wanted to add that the starting point is a questionnaire, 350 questions. You have to answer frankly. I mean, you need to be honest, because if you cheat or deceive, then, well, they're going to find out that you cheated. So this path has lasted 1 year for us, if we consider the moment in which we started the certification. But if we want to be more realistic, this pathway of Florim started in 2008, 2009, with the big crisis that broke out in many international economies, global economies. So Florim decided to start doing the sustainability balance. This is nothing but a document that certifies both the financial and economic aspects and other sectors such as social issues, environmental issues, etc. So this is something we started 13 years ago, And thanks to this journey, we are in a very good position now when we decided to go towards the core B Core certification. Yes, we talked about a market which is doing very well compared to other markets in 2020, which was a very tough year and demanding year for many companies. Well, you didn't suffer the consequences of this year. Does this apply to you as well as a company? So can you tell us something more about that? Yes, regardless of the worries and concerns that we had, as in all sectors in March and April, I can say that we ended up in a very good way. We had a decrease of 5%. So I think we can say that we belong to a very lucky sector. I say lucky since the skills of a company and competencies, well, sometimes clash with other sectors. So when you belong to a sector rather than to another one, then there might be problems. In the first 6 months this year, we had a great growth. Italy accounts for 20% of our turnover, 400 million turnover, right? Yes, we had a turnover of 380 million euros last year and more than 400 in 2019. In 2021, I think we will close with like 440 billion euros, yes, so plus 10 compared to 2019, right? Exactly. Well, Italy accounts only for 20%, you were saying, right? So in terms of international development, so you have a lot of much more market in the foreign countries. Yeah, we have a lot of different bonus and super bonus, etc. in Italy as well. And this is something which is quite important for us when it comes to renovating, building. All the new walls and coatings for the walls, etc. So Italy is kind of a pioneer in this sector also when we talk about big buildings, yeah, following also the example of Asia. Well, in terms of distribution, what is your approach? Since you distribute an industrial product, how does the selling process take place? Well, it varies a lot from country to country. We have some importers doing the distribution in other countries, such as in Italy. We have dealers and resellers. So we just work with them. But we are also in building sites and private sectors and private projects. In Milan, you also have a showroom. You have several showrooms, right? Yes, we do have one showroom in Milan, one in Rome. No, sorry, one in Moscow, one in New York. And then we are planning to open another one. Yeah, we opened another one last year in Singapore, in Frankfurt, and in London. Another one in Abu Dhabi, and we are about to open another one in Madrid, in Paris, and in Los Angeles. Well, our policy consists of getting closer and closer to the decision makers, the big architectural studios, or to have a showroom on site where you can get to know the customers and provide also a service. Yeah, providing a service is crucial to all of us. Yes, of sure. This is our policy, let's say. In terms of M&A operations for pottery, for ceramic, have you carried out M&A operations? So you deal with big companies with a lot of turnovers, etc., etc. So it is a very capital-intensive world. How do you place yourself and position yourself? Well, in Italy, we are among the first four, five groups who have carried out M&A operations. In 1990, we did the first one. In 2005, we did the last one. Today, this is no longer part of our strategy. We do not intend to acquire, to take over other brands, our production capacity. So we try to grow with our brands. Yes, at the moment, how many brands do you have? We have 5, 6 brands at the moment currently, and each of them has a specific positioning, right? Yes, each brand has its positioning. So there is not a lot of interaction between the brands, but managing 5, 6 brands is already very, very demanding, highly demanding. Well, your sector is a very industrial one. What kind of innovations do you see to get closer to time to market, consumers, and new approaches and logics? Since the consumer aspect will be more and more important, where do you think you will work in the future? Well, in the last few years, from 2017-18 on, Florim invested a lot in 2 new production sites, a 4.0. One of them is in Mordano, near Imola, for the production of big plates, and another one in Fiorano, next to Ferrari Autos, since we we are based quite close to them for the processing of plates. This was an important step, and we usually manufacture for warehouses, but in this case we produce the semi-finished half-processed product, we stock it, and then based on the orders we can process it or not in order to follow the market trends. So make to order, because the client wants 200 meters, we can pack 200 meters, we process them, and we send everything, we ship everything to the customer. So this is one of the main distinguishing features if we consider our company to the general sector. So you cut the plates based on the size and format asked for by the client. Yes, not all the sizes. We have specific standard sizes and formats. Yes. And nowadays, plates can be used more and more. We have a lot of design companies here today. But what are the main applications, also the recent ones and the future ones? Well, let's say with the upcoming new big plates, there was a revolution in our sector, because at the beginning it was for floorings and walls, but with the new digital machines, decoration machines, etc., well, we have opened up to new spaces of furniture, furnishings, decor, etc. And we are going through these new trends. This is a very interesting market with a lot of added value. Less volume, but more value, right? This is much more specific, tailor-made, bespoke as a product, right? Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is for kitchens, but also bathrooms, but also for aerated walls and water basins, etc., etc., etc. So we can do anything. You were saying that you do not intend to do to carry out other M&A operations, but do you see any? Maybe you will be listed in the future, well, at the stock exchange or the stock exchange. You would like to speed up also your international development. We do have a site in Tennessee, in the U.S. Well, it is in a central place. But as far as stock exchange is concerned, well, this is not in the pipeline at the moment, since we think that up to now we don't have these financial needs, so we don't want to finance to finance other projects, big projects. So for the stock exchange, well, stock exchange is usually seen as an option for someone who would like to get rid of minority shareholders, etc. We are not in this position, so we are going on like this. Yes. Yeah, but I don't know. I can't say anything about the future. But anyway, thank you very much for being with us, and well done once again. Thank you.
Grazie.